The other issue is the issue of school fees. As ministry, we have said it is the responsibility of every parent and guardian to pay school fees and levies for their children. And we are demanding that school fees and levies be paid on time. A delay in the payment of school fees and levies means that operations in our schools will come to a halt, will come to a standstill. It is an obligation for the parents and guardians to pay school fees for their children. And those children from underprivileged families, we have safety nets at their disposal in the form of granting aid in the most rural districts like Gokwe North, Binga, Lupani. There is granting aid. Then we also have BIM facility, and the concerns raised by Nash and NAF are legitimate. That the trend has been that the Ministry of Finance has been delaying disbursements of BIM funds. And 2024 is the year of African education, where we have made an engagement with the Minister of Finance, and we are going to initiate. We have actually formed and established subcommittees to look into quick disbursement of BIM funds. And just yesterday, the first meeting of that subcommittee was held, and our permanent secretary was in attendance. Learners benefit from that facility. The trend is Ministry of Finance would disburse funds to Ministry of Labor and Social Welfare. When the 2024 budget was read out by the Honorable Minister of Finance, Professor Ngoe, BIM facility does not fall under the purview of the Ministry of Primary and Secondary Education. The funds are disbursed to the Ministry of Labor and Social Welfare. So it is the Ministry of Labor and Social Welfare that would then later on deposit BIM funds into the accounts of different schools. Ladies and gentlemen, it is illegal to turn away learners on the basis of non-payment of funds, school fees and levies. It's not me who is saying that, it is the Constitution of Zimbabwe. The Constitution Amendment Act of 2020 forbids schools from turning away learners. It is a violation of their right to education. So I have come here to make an appeal to you, school authorities, that it is a violation of the fundamental right of a learner to turn them away. As government, we are not saying parents should not pay. We are saying they must pay on time. That is a requirement. I visited a school called Chileya High School, where collection rate is, as of the first week of school, was 75%. Because they were showcasing, they were showing us the project that they are doing. Laboratories under construction, and everyone wants to associate themselves with the good work happening in a school. You think parents, they want their children to fail? No ways, they want them to pass. I used to teach the achievements or failures of the League of Nations, where people ended up saying League of Nations was a toothless bulldog. And people are saying Ministry of Education is a toothless bulldog. We have instruments in place, and I'm going to call upon PEDs and DSI to challenge charge those schools. We have instruments in place. We can't tolerate this misbehavior where people turn away learners willy-nilly. That is not allowed. And we want to activate our command centers to punish those schools. We can even transfer those headmasters who are resisting these instructions. Yes, I'm not threatening you, but I'm telling you the fact. We can't continue to tolerate nonsense in our schools, where people just do whatever they want. It's not allowed. Yes, you can say whatever you want, but I'm instructing you. I'm giving you an instruction, and you have to listen to that. It has to be adhered to. That's why we had to come up with a constitution. We want to protect our learners. Can you imagine, you call out the name of a learner, maybe in a class you were talking of high teacher-people ratio. You call out the name of a learner and say, Toriraimoyo, you did not pay fees. You expect that child to pay fees for himself or for herself. It's paid by the father, or by the mother, or a guardian. You are embarrassing children in public. It's not allowed. Let's find ways to collect our fees. Why don't you come up with a strategy as NAF or NASH? Come up with a petition. According to Section 149 of the Constitution, they are allowed to do that. Come up with a petition. I am happy the person who represented NASH provides some solutions. But the solution comes from you, as NASH or as NAF. Section 149 speaks about a petition, a proper petition, where you beseech the Honorable Speaker of the National Assembly. Then you say, because we have observed that 40% of the parents are failing to pay fees, we want that to be included in our legislative processes. You can write a petition and say, let us criminalize parents and guardians who are failing to pay fees for their children. Those are at your disposal. Go and read the Constitution.